Hello, Flosstube.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Welcome back to our channel. It is episode 41. Today is August 26th.
We are we on 42?
42. I think it's 42.
What did I say?
41.
Oh, 41. No, sorry. That was last week. Sorry, 42. Today's August 26th, 2020. We are almost to September.
Kristen blocked that episode out of her memory.
And that was episode 40 that I blocked out of my memory. But thank you all for watching, coming back. Thanks for watching and commenting from our video from last week. We're sorry that we had to start off that way. It was kind of like a way to start a video, but it needed to be said. So, but that's all I'm going to say about that. But thank you for all of your fantastic comments from last.
So many nice people watching this channel.
So many nice people.
Thanks for all the birthday wishes too. That was super nice.
Yeah, everybody was so sweet. Thanks for all the support, continued support of our channel. And thanks again for coming back. So happy birthday, Erica. How was your birthday?
Thanks. I'm an adult person now, so birthdays, it's fine. It was nice to spend time with
You get cake?
Yeah, my friend brought me a cheesecake, which was lovely. I got to hang out with my family, and my son got me a flower dress. He'd been telling me that he wanted to give me a flower dress for my birthday, and I don't know what that means. Okay. And what it meant was, my husband was like, I'm not sure what kind of flower dress you would want, so let's go to the store. So we went to Target and masked up, went to Target and looked at the flower dresses. I found one, I bought it, brought it home. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cute. He was really happy about getting me a flower dress.
He's so sweet.
It's so funny what they fixate on.
Flower dress.
Yeah, for no reason. Okay. Whatever.
Glad
you had a good birthday.
I'm 35. I feel like 35 is going to be good. I'm ready.
Yeah, going to be a good year. I can't wait for this.
I'd take 35.
I would take 35 also.
Can I be 35 again?
Yes.
33.
Am I the oldest?
No, I think it's me.
Wait, how old are you?
38.
Oh, okay. I just hit 37. Hey, man. 30s are great. I know they're so funny because there are people that are watching us that are well above 30s, and they're probably laughing and rolling their eyes at us right now. But I love being in my 30s. 30s is good.
Me too.
Yes.
So much better than my 20s. So much.
Agreed.
I feel like I just don't give a shit about anything anymore.
It's fun until you're almost 40, and then you're like, well, I'm not going to be in my 30s anymore.
But 40 should be even better. I think that you just get better with age. You just age like a fine wine, and just, you care about less things.
I heard 60s are the best. 60 rocks. So here's hoping.
My mom's turning 60 on Sunday, so we'll ask her and see what she says.
Oh, good.
Yay. Happy birthday to your mom.
Yay.
Hey, happy birthday, Tony. I'm coming home on Saturday to celebrate. Unfortunately, I won't be on her actual birthday, but I'm excited. Big milestone. Big milestone.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Mm-hmm. She does not act or look like she's 60, in my opinion. She's very spunky and spry, and she's very active, and so, which is good because I want her to be around for a very long time. So happy birthday, Mom.
Awesome.
All right, let's talk about best new things, shall we? Erica, why don't we start with you because you're on this side of my screen.
I'm really tiny still on my own screen, and I can't make myself bigger, so I'm trying not to stare at myself in the corner. Anyway, I already said my flower dress. That was a really good thing. Today, here's another best thing. JODI told us about a cool trail, nature place, and this morning I went with my family, and we did not get far on the trail at all because we got to the creek, and the child was he got soaked from his pants, his ankles got wet, and then all of a sudden his whole underwear was wet. We're like, well, we're just gonna do this and then go home.
Yeah, but that's so fun.
It was cool. We saw little minnows swimming, and I don't think he'd seen those in any other creek before, so he was like super
And the water
excited.
is crystal clear. You can see the bottom like there's no water there. It's awesome.
It was beautiful. And I forgot the water bottles. It started out being a bad time because I forgot the water, and like I forgot his extra shoes from when we like changed afterward, and like but then he just stayed in the creek and it was fine. The creek, whatever. My husband told me I have to call it a crick because I live in Western Pennsylvania. So.
Thank you for calling it a crick because that's what we say. So.
Yeah.
Welcome to Pittsburgh.
It takes a lot of intention to say crick instead of creek or stream.
Anytime Aria lately, that's been like a thing where she gets her underwear wet, like she'll sit in like water because kids don't care. And I always say, like, when she changes, I'm like, doesn't it feel good to just have clean, fresh, dry underwear on? I feel like it's one of life's little pleasures, but putting dry underwear on is like the best feeling.
I agree.
Listen, my kids were up to their waist in that water. Like they found some deep spots and they were up to their waist, as were the dogs. So we were completely soaked. They started off as they played like floor is lava. So they would try to like hop on the rocks to get over to the other side. And then when they realized that like I was okay with them getting in, they were basically swimming. And I brought no spares.
I never think about it. Like, she's potty trained. She's almost 5. Why would I have clean underwear? And then that's when something happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Erin, what was your best new thing this week? I'm
going to do 2 only because right before we came on, I was looking at this website. Have you guys heard of that Topher Pain Fixes It or something like that? It's Topher. So the website is Topher Payne, TOPHERPAYNE.com. And what he does is he looks at like old classic literature children books, but he makes them like appropriate. So he takes the giving tree and he makes it like the tree that sets healthy boundaries. It's like, I'm obsessed with reading these now. I'm like, that is so much better. There's that one with like the sparkling fish, like the rainbow fish.
Yeah.
And essentially it's like the rainbow fish giving away what makes it special. So in the remake, it's like, it's okay to be special. Like, acknowledge that your friends are also special.
Like, you don't have to give them
the
you special. Right. Yeah.
That's exactly it. And the best one was the that I'll like you forever, I'll love you for always book. Yeah. And it was about setting healthy boundaries with your parents as you grow older. And I'm like, God, yes.
So your mom's not creeping in your window.
She like took a ladder and would just climb in this adult man's window. What is wrong with her?
It's a crazy book. It's a crazy book.
Yeah. So good. So anyways, that was what I was reading. But we went horseback riding this weekend and it was killer, you guys. It was like the best social distance activity because you're just outside. We didn't have to wear masks because we were far from each other. You're on a horse. You're at least 6 feet apart.
On a horse. On a horse.
Like, no instruction. The lady essentially, we get there. They're giant horses. They're not little. And she's like, who's ever ridden a horse? I've been on a horse before. Literally what I tell her. She goes, you're getting the difficult horse. Cool. And she just hands my 4-year-old daughter the reins of a real horse and says, stand here. I'll be back in a minute. Like,
that seems ridiculous.
Meanwhile, I'm holding on to my own horse. I'm like, I can't just go over to her. I have a horse.
Oh my God.
It was crazy, but it was great. Like, these horses are like dogs. They're so well behaved that they just stood there. They didn't care.
They're used to it. Oh boy.
It was so much fun though. All Aria can talk about now is she wants to go back. So we're going to go back for her birthday. And it was awesome. You just rode around for an hour and it was super cheap. And I loved it.
That's awesome. Where was that at for all of our Pittsburgh people?
I can't remember. I know I told you guys, but I can't. I will post it. I'll post it in a comment. I promise. Blue Ribbon Farms.
I want to do that.
I know. Chris and I are going to go with the girls.
You should. I was on a horse. I had a blast. I want to go back.
Yeah.
I got my horse to trot.
Ooh,
Jeez.
like using your heels like they do.
Yeah,
Where
you
you
just,
like,
I mean, and this I've done before, so like I knew that part. Like you can just kick them and be like, and they just start going faster.
that's so
Fucking
cool.
cowgirl over here. Jeez. Next she'll be like barrel racing and shit.
Next week she'll be like, "You guys, I was in a rodeo."
You guys, this rodeo I went to.
Aria's on a bull. Get this.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Jody, what was your best new thing this week?
So we also did Kraus Run, which was awesome, and we're always looking for new hikes and stuff for the dogs and the kids, and so it was fantastic. But my like selfish best new thing is I learned a new dyeing technique, you guys. It's insane. I will show you when we get to, I guess, finishes. But I've never had success with this dyeing technique before, and I don't know what made me like pull it out and try it again, but holy shit, you're gonna die.
Are they like dry and iron so we get to even see? Oh, I'm dying. Let's do this.
Yeah. They're good. They're good.
My best new thing this week, back at school, so not much exciting there. School's going well, but we did go, we stay pretty active during the day, bike riding and walking and doing all of that fun stuff. And Monday night, sorry, I had school last night. So Monday night, we took the dogs for a long walk on the Montour. We usually do about like 3 to 4 miles, wear their butts out before we go to bed. And it was getting kind of dark, and we were walking up towards, if you're familiar with the Montour Trail in Pittsburgh, we were walking up towards the Findlay Township, the Enlow Tunnel on like the Robinson side of the Montour Trail. And it's like an old train.
It's so creepy.
It is. It's creepy. But
I love it, but it's creepy.
Yeah, right before we got to the into the tunnel, there's a creek that runs right underneath, and there's like a little, they have like little barriers and stuff right there. And we just happened to look over, and Jason's like, "Oh, beavers!" And I was like, "What?" And I ran over, and literally not even 20 feet away from us was a family of little beavers. And they were, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. I posted a little video, and I was obsessed. But there were 2 babies, and I assume it was their mother. I don't want to, I don't want to assume. But so we saw them. We were there for like 20 minutes and like watched them. And then we walked through the tunnel. And on our way back, we saw another adult beaver swim up to this little twig that they were all eating. And
Grandma came for a visit.
Yeah. To each other, like talking to one another, and then they started grooming each other, like they were loving. And the babies were like swimming and frolicking around. They were adorable. I've never seen beaver, I don't think, in the wild, so this like blew my mind. Especially,
that's like Disney-esque.
They were so close. They were so close. I could not get over it. And it was funny because somebody on my Instagram said, I thought those were rats. I was like, why did I stop to look at rats?
With all the rats swimming in the water.
First of all, I would be very concerned if there were rats as big as beavers swimming in the freaking Montour Creek, because we've got problems.
Although, let's be honest, it's Pittsburgh water.
It is Pittsburgh water. They're all mute.
Can you guys just picture Kristen like all enchanted, like watching these beavers with butterflies landing on her nose?
It's 100%. I just assumed she had like a bluebird on her shoulder the whole time.
I went down there and I was like swimming with them in the creek.
Like literal heart eyes.
I was obsessed. So anyway, so we went for a walk again tonight, and I looked for them and they weren't there, and I was devastated. But I mean, how cool is that? So it's fun. It's fun that it's like right there, and like we're in the city, but you can still see wildlife and still enjoy it. So obsessed with the beaver family.
That part of the trail, the whole time I'm going through the tunnel, I'm constantly like, okay, there's another inlet coming up. Look for a person. Like it just freaks me out going in there.
And like Buddy is obsessed with children. So when we're walking Buddy on a leash, like he obsesses about kids. And when kids are walking through the tunnel, they all have to scream really loud because they can hear their echo. And like the whole time, Buddy's like, oh my God, like I need it. He's like looking over his shoulder. I'm like, Buddy, just keep walking. These kids are like way at the other end. But he's like, he loves them so much. He's like, I hear little child voices and I want them. So it takes a while to get my kids like funneled through the tunnel. But anyway.
When it starts cooling off, we'll have to go for a walk again. That's fun.
Yeah, Aaron and I went a couple months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, when it was kind of cool. And then it got blazing hot. Now it's kind of getting nice again.
Yes, we definitely need to do that. It's such a nice part of the trail, especially if you go during the day, like a weekday. It's really not bad. If you go on the weekend, you want to jump off the bridge and land in the creek with the beavers because there's
so hard between the bikers and the walkers. Like people are just aggressive, and it's too much.
Too much. Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about. Those are all great new things this week. I'm excited for what's coming up in the next week, which we'll talk about at the end of the show here. But let's get started with whips. So, Erica, why don't you go first?
I can barely remember my own name right now, but I'm pretty sure the only whip that I've been working on lately has been Midnight Way from the Frosted Pumpkin, which came out on the 17th. So that was last Monday, and I didn't see you. So here is my current progress.
Erica,
you're like really far. I'm really proud of you.
Yay!
That's great. Look at her hair.
On this, and your fabric choice is fabulous.
Thank you. This is the fabric choice they suggested, and I ordered it from the Frosted Pumpkin. I think it's very lovely. Mm-hmm. I think that the color palette is beautiful. The A12 floss, or however you say that word, I'm always going to say it wrong. I'm sorry. Is being used like in her hat right now.
Good call. But
yeah. There'll be some, like there's a lamp post on this side that's all in that, really sparkly. There's like little crows up here that are going to be sparkly.
Did they call for that, or was that your decision?
They called for it. They gave an option to choose between that and a petite treasure braid because they had some like supply chain issues. So they had like some versions of the kit, maybe between the UK and the US, I'm not sure which it was. Like that was the black sparkle that they got was the petite treasure braid. Some people got the DMC, or you could just like pick whichever because it's essentially the same effect. But I'm using the DMC because I like that and it's really nice and I think it's going really well. And
do we know if DMC? Oh, I like the name. Do we know if DMC is going to come out with more color versions of that? Does anyone know?
I haven't heard that, but I think that would be smart because I mean
it's successful, going over well. So I would assume, yeah.
I think DMC's kind of on hold with everything. Like I think
because of dyes.
They just like stopped production.
They're probably just trying to get caught up with just normal cloth. Yeah.
Can I make a side note about Hilda for here?
Yeah.
This is Hilda. She's a witch. I recently made up a story because I have to put like a cream on my child right now for like a little medication thingamabob. Anyway, so I have to like tell him a story while I'm doing it so he won't like try to leave. I told him a story about a mouse named Steven who was friends with a ghost named Philip, a witch named Hilda, and now a vampire named Ben. And every time we do the thing, he's like, tell me more. And I'm like, I'm just making this up as I go. So little Hilda here has been a very good inspiration for keeping him.
For making it up as you go, you sure have their names nailed.
We talk about them all the time. We talk about them several times a day. And he wants me to add more people. They go to a spooky academy and their teacher is Mr. Belvedere.
Not Mr. Belding? Come on.
Belvedere came into my mind. We were on a walk. He's like, what's the name of the teacher? I'm like, oh, crap. I don't know. And like the first thing I thought of was Belvedere. So that's the same.
Very nice.
Anyway, that's me.
Erin, what'd you stitch this week?
I have two, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be dying off this week because Ari is gonna be doing homeschool preschool, and I have got to curriculum plan. I haven't even started doing that yet, so I'm not gonna be stitching as much this week. But this week, last week, I started Pumpkin Park by Little Stitch Girl,
Cute.
Oh, it's so cute.
which I don't know if I'm just behind or like didn't read the full description, which is very much likely. But Spooky Hollow #5 makes me think she was doing a riff on Stars Hollow. So she's doing a riff on, I get that now, because there was like a dance hall and all of that stuff, and it's a whole town, and it's amazing. I didn't get super far on it, but this is what I have so far. You can see my little pumpkin started. And then the bottom. It's on linen. So I'm using my fabric of the month, which I'll show more at the haul. But this is my fabric of the month. Like, that's how light my purple is. And wait till you see Kristen's, because it looks way different.
Way
That's
different.
how light mine
Is
is.
it?
But I think it's coming out really nice on here.
I think so
I
too.
really like the purple as I can see it from here. Is it modeled at all, or is it just like straight up purple?
Straight up purple.
Yeah, but I like that though. That looks awesome.
I
It
do
looks
too.
really clean.
And I think it looks nice on here.
Mm-hmm.
And I like stitching on this. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So that's that one. And then we're going to go to Ohio next weekend to see our cousins. And I was like, oh, crap. That probably means that I should finish that thing that I've been making for them. So I've been working on my home piece.
Mhm.
And listen, you know, I know that there are a lot of Ohio people that watch us, but I'm a Michigan girl and it's difficult to stitch Ohio, and I'm going to get on board and I'm coming around to it. I'm losing that like disdain that I used to have, and I'm finding appreciation for Ohio, but this is how far I am.
Oh
I finished.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks
So now
Wow.
I just need to iron it. It's really bad.
Erin, I feel like you've stitched
Beautiful.
this piece 85 times.
I've only done it one other time, but I know what you mean.
Like, I don't know if it's because it's so big, but it's the
Yeah.
flowers get me every time. It's
I
amazing.
know, it's so pretty, right? It's just very striking.
Mm-hmm.
And then the home will be really pretty when it's done. So that's all I have left. Home.
I
I'm
like
done.
the
So
color
I should
you're
have
doing
that
the
done.
home in.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy with that. So I want to get that framed and ready before we leave on Saturday.
Jody, what'd you stitch?
So I continued on my love piece.
Ooh.
Oh my God, Jody.
This is a pain in my ass. It is taking so long. So one thing that I did that I'm starting to do on this is, so normally I would just work, you know, like line by line. And I think I told you guys last time with the hand, I had outlined it, which is Erin's technique. And it made it much more enjoyable to stitch because I wasn't constantly looking at my pattern. So obviously I outlined the mask, but what else I started doing is, if you guys look at our whips from earlier today, you'll see like I outlined the little spaces so that once they're outlined, I can just like, I made this line my border, and then I just went back and filled it all in. So if I just take the time to like outline what's not stitched, then I don't have to sit and look at that pattern constantly. So that's been it's been a big help. It's kept me going because shit's a lot.
Yeah, that's one.
That's 100% my method, because I hate having to look back and forth. Like, if I can just stitch mindlessly, I'm going to get so much more finished than if I have to keep looking.
Yeah.
And like in the beginning, I was like, this is a pain. Like, I have to do all this counting and like find the spots. But you know what? You put that work in the beginning, and then it's like smooth sailing after that.
Yeah.
So thanks, Erin.
That blood splatter fabric looks amazing with it too. That was awesome.
Thanks. I'm excited about it. I'm kind of upset because there's like a really good spot right here and it's going to get covered up. Although maybe not. It might not.
The one that below though, those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good.
His openings in the mask might show some of these, so I'm hopeful for that. But I was like, of course, the one like spot that I love, I'm like, there's the solid O. But it'll be fine.
Is it weird to say I feel like that blood spatter is delicate?
It is a delicate splatter or spatter.
Someone commented on my Instagram that it looks like I got a nosebleed all over it. It was paper crane, my girl. And I was like, yes, it does look like I got a nosebleed all over it. And I love that.
That's what I've been going for.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger fan of the gunshot wound, it looks like. It's just like that big sploosh and then the splatter everywhere. So.
But she's going to finish stitching this piece, damn it.
I'm over it. You know what? I'm looking forward to the L, though, because it's like thin. And so the O is obviously like the most time consuming. But
it's going to be awesome when it's done. Awesome. Good job. I stitched on 2 things this past week. One is I continued trying to plug away with Hello Pumpkin from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I thought I was a lot further along than I initially was, but I ended up finishing most of this top. So I started with this little flower thing. I moved up around. I finished the apple and the pumpkin and stuff, which I think I had that done last week. And now I'm down here and I'm working my way up the side. So, but this is going to go away for a while. I think I'm just kidding.
I'm going to be honest with you. The hedgehog is the worst part.
Yeah.
He's a bitch. Like it's all like popcorn stitches.
All popcorn. Yeah.
Oh.
But regardless, he's going away for a while. And the other thing that I worked on, which I'm not putting away right away, is coffee.
So good.
Nice.
I finished the coffee cup today.
Yeah, you did. Look at that.
And then I started working my way down on these flower borders so that I have a reference point for where I need to stop at the bottom. But yeah.
Oh, man, I love that bird so much.
He's amazing.
And I
so good.
So when I bought the pattern from Misty, Luminous Fiber Arts, she sent me a skein of Weeks Dye Works and Squash, which is the color that's primarily used in the coffee cup. So you can definitely tell there's some variegation in that.
Oh, yeah.
But the rest is just DMC. But I love it so much. And this, again, was that fabric that I got gifted to me from Chris Ann from Talon Emblem. It's stone gray from Zweigart, but it's like this pretty, like purpley pinkish gray color. So, but yeah, I love it.
Beautiful.
I really am into your whips tonight because they're both like super vibrant colors. I think they're beautiful.
I fancy colors. I know usually I'm just like, I would like to stitch all black, please. And then, all right.
Jodi's like, hi, that's me.
Hi. I feel like my monochromatic stitching. Don't get me wrong.
I have stock in 310. Okay.
All right, let's talk finishes for this week. Erica, did you have any finishes?
I did not. Nothing.
Neither did I. So, but Erin, what did you have?
The only thing I finished were those for you guys, the little mini guys that Kristen is so beautifully displaying.
Look how tiny.
The cutest thing
It's even
ever.
better in person. Like I look at it in person and it like takes my breath away. It's so tiny and simple, but I like love it. I love it so much.
And
So cute.
And a couple of people have reached out to us to get the pattern. So if you still want to get the pattern, Erin has it that she will email to you for free. I mean, we're just giving it away.
It takes me like 2 seconds. If you just shoot us an email, I'll send it to you.
But it's cute if you have a journal, you can put that in there. If we're one of your Flosstube channels, you know, that you like, we appreciate the support. But, and if you do finish it, please tag us on Instagram or on Facebook so we can see it. But it makes me so happy. When you brought these over, Erin did a delivery to bring us these. And then these cool things well, I'm just going to show you now because I don't have a finish. But these little gauges, remember we talked about these last week to measure your fabric. And it was so nice that she brought these over. It was like such a fun little surprise. So I appreciate you so much. I know we all do. So thank you.
It's a nice trip. I like and it's always deciding between JODI or Erica first, but then it's like I like it. It's nice to get out with the girls. They had fun.
To McKee's Rocks, and then you go back across the bridge, and then you're home.
Well,
so
we have to go to McKee's Rocks because if I'm out that far, I'm gonna go get Chick-fil-A for lunch.
I mean, we're being honest.
we kind of have to. So
I have to.
But it was so nice. But this makes me so happy.
Yay! I'm glad you guys like them. I was like, are these really corny? Are they not gonna like this? I'm glad to hear that you guys like them.
It's the best.
JODI, why don't you show some of your finishes that you had this week? You didn't finish any stitching, but you did
not stitch anything. But okay, so I have had a stash of black fabric that I've just collected over, however long. And then part of our lottery box, we got a giant roll of black Aida.
Yes.
And listen, nobody likes stitching on black. Fuck that, right? It is the worst. Okay. And this whole time I'm like, what are we going to do with this black fabric? I have to find something to do with it. There's so much of it. I just want to do something with it. And I have tried bleach dyeing in the past, and I've always been unsuccessful. So I've tried with the RIP color remover. It's very chemically, and you dunk it in, and it basically eats away at the Aida because it's so strong. So I've tried that. It comes out like a weird green color. I've tried all different methods with bleach, different concentrations of bleach. So anyways, I pulled out some pieces of black that I had, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try this. And I normally would do it outside, on the grass, and Michael kills me because I kill the grass. I'm out there spraying bleach on the grass. And he hates me for it, but I'm like, listen, this is what you married, So, anyways, it was kind of raining that day. And so I was like, well, I'm going to have to just do this in the sink. Oh, well. So I get a spray bottle, and I am not a careful dyer. There are drips of color on my white cabinet that does not come off. It's a disaster. But anyways, I grabbed a spray bottle, and I grabbed my black fabric, and I scrunched it up, and I put it in a pot, and I just started spraying it with this bleach. And at first it turns orange, and it takes a minute. You don't really realize what it's doing, but it turns orange. And so the minute the first piece started turning orange, I was like, oh God, I got to rinse this off. This is getting crazy. Because it changes so fast. So I rinsed it off, and it came out. Oh my God. Guys.
Oh, it's so good. It's so much better than the picture you sent earlier.
Oh my,
okay.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh, wow.
Oh
my God. Stitching a yellow on that.
I can't. It looks like fire.
Red.
It looks like fire. Okay. It's the coolest shit ever. A bright red, something bright red would be awesome on this. So I did the second piece. Okay. And I was like, I'm going to leave it in there longer and see how light the orange gets. So I left it in there for 15 minutes, and it got a lot whiter. And I was like, this is amazing. What am I going to do with this now? So I immersion dyed it in a mason jar, and I got this.
Oh, it's so good.
So my gut reaction is what are you going to stitch on here? Right? Because it's so dramatic, but I can just see white monochrome, something Nordic, or even just an outline of words, because this fabric is I just want to frame this.
Right. So
okay, but
pretty.
Hold on, it gets better. Okay. So the last piece I did, I'm like, I'm going to leave this in even longer. So I leave it on, I leave the bleach on, and it gets like very, very light. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, this is awesome. I'm not touching this. And I'm going to put my dyes away, and I see this like teal powder dye like out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna use that. So I scrunched my fabric back up, I put it in a colander, and I ice dyed with teal powder dye on top of this bleach masterpiece. Guys, I cannot stop looking at this.
Oh, God, the way that teal pops.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It is so, like, I cannot wait for you guys to see this in person.
Ugh.
So I just bought a pattern because I'm like, well, I got a stitch on this, right? It's a Halloween pattern. And I'll show it to you, but it's my lights on my phone right now, but it's like a bare tree with an owl in it. And I'm gonna do it all monochrome with orange.
Yep.
Whoa.
That's so good.
Whoa.
What? Die?
I love it. Love it.
Whoa.
Yeah, like how good is that? Yeah.
Wow.
Jen?
So that's my new favorite thing because guys, I think I finally mastered bleach dyeing and we have so much black fabric.
Yes, we do.
So we're all getting one of those, right?
Get as many as you want because
Bleach it
Yeah,
up.
I can't wait.
So much. I also pulled this color out. This is 3844. It's like bright turquoise. And I thought that would go really good on things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So I bought the tree pattern.
Any pattern that has like I think like a spooky house that's like well lit or something, you know, like a white spooky house on that background would be so cool, or like a cemetery.
I also thought about doing like a shark on this one because I feel like it looks like the ocean.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good
The only
idea.
thing is that you can't, like, I don't want to do it black because obviously there's a lot of black in the fabric, so it'd have to be all white, which you know how I feel about stitching all white, but.
You could do like grays.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm obsessed. I can't stop. There's, what?
I would do a giant red squid.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Love it.
You know what style would look cool on these? Like how Kristen, your kangaroo that you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like a tribal type, like outliney sort of, like not a lot of like detail, but enough detail.
Itself is detailed. Like, you know,
Exactly.
like, yeah, the stitches make it detailed. It's not the color because you can do a monochromatic, but
Right.
oh my God, yeah. And she
Yeah.
has, okay, that's from Bo's sale on Facebook. I'll link it
Okay.
below. But she's a huge like floss dyer. She dyes the most incredible flosses. We actually received a whole bunch of her flosses from somebody. And I'm sorry, I can't remember who we got those from, but she's the one that designs like she has a tribal, the kangaroo, she has a tribal koala,
Oh yeah.
an elephant.
Mhm.
There's a
I
couple.
just feel like those like solid lines would like very much complement because you wait till you see these in person. It's crazy. Like I don't know if you can see that up close, but like just the different like variations of bleach, man.
It's
Bleach it
amazing.
out.
That's awesome.
Bleach it out.
Crazy to me that was black fabric.
This was
Crazy.
black Ada.
You guys, something is banging on the window. It's freaking me out.
What's banging on your window?
I don't know if it's like a bug trying to get in or a bird. I can't see anything because it's black. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like freaking out over here. I keep looking over.
That's because you have a ghost.
It's not a ghost. Okay, I'm sorry.
Side
Jody,
note,
those are killer. Those are amazing.
Thank
and
you.
You are the wizard of all wizards.
I'm very excited that I was finally able to bleach dye something because it's been so shitty in the past. I've thrown away so much fabric from bleach that anyways. Anywho.
Can I just say about the whole ghost thing is that when we were at the bed and breakfast in Gettysburg, so obviously this is a house that was in existence during the Civil War. Now the room that we were staying in was an addition that was built later on, but regardless, we're still in the same vicinity. So I always have like that paranoia, like, is this room going to be haunted? And so I am digging through the desk because they have like a desk and there's a book in there. It's like a little journal and people like wrote about their trip or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I definitely need to fill this out. Well, I start reading through some of these and people are like, yeah, at 12:30 a.m. the shower turned on and then it ran for a couple minutes and then it turned off. Or the door handle jiggled, or the shower turned on at 3 a.m. So
no.
we were there after I read this. I slept with the television and literally was afraid to fall asleep because I was like, something's going to scare the shit out of me to the point that I have a heart attack. Like, I am not prepared for this. And so at 12:30, like literally, I was up until like 2 in the morning. I had the Golden Girls playing on television. Jason like fell asleep, no problem. And I'm laying there like waiting for something to happen, right? Like I was like, if the shower turns on, I'm literally gonna go and sleep in the truck. Like I'm
I
not
would
staying.
be out. Bye. I'm out of there. Erin, will you go and like open the window and see what's out there?
Well, I just turned the light on. I swear it's probably like a giant moth or something. I don't see anything. I don't know.
Because
Sorry,
ghosts are invisible.
Why would a ghost that lives in my house be knocking on the windows?
To get out.
They would be opening cupboards and shit. So
Oh my gosh.
all right. Well,
I'm glad you had a ghost-free night though at your Gettysburg show.
the next night was better, but I wouldn't say that I was 100% comfortable with being there. You know, obviously like at 3 a.m. having not gone to sleep and my husband is sleeping soundly, you know, because he fell asleep at like 11. I was angry and like I woke him up in the night and I was like, we're not staying here tomorrow. We're checking out. I don't care where we have to stay. I don't care if we even go home. Like, I'm done with this. I'm so tired. I'm so sick of this. Like, what if the shower turns on? He's like, who cares if the shower turns on? I said, well, I do. If someone's turning the damn door handle, I'm out. I'm taking the dogs and we're going to sleep in the truck. So
I feel like Jay probably has some really good stories about you, Christine.
after almost 18 years of being together, he has a lot of good stories about me. Yeah. I'm not the most rational human being in the world. So shocking. All right. Well, let's talk haul and switchy kindness. Erica, what did you get this week?
Okay, well, I'm not really prepared for this. I got a lovely gift from JODI and Kristen. JODI dropped off on my porch, and I forgot to get it out of my thing, so I can't show it to you. But it's a really cool pattern that I'm gonna do a really bad job of explaining it. That's a circle. It has stuff in it.
Tell me more about the circle.
There's some stuff in it. You know.
It's like, maybe you can put a link to what it is, or like I'll take a picture or something. I don't.
Yeah, I mean it's basically like a sewing.
Yeah, it has like.
It's a bunch of things that make up a circle, and the things are like sewing related or handmade related, and they're all positioned in a circle.
It's not getting any better. You guys just keep saying circle.
That is exactly what it is, though. Like little sewing and handmade related doodads that are in circles. It's super cute. But they also gave me threads for it, so I can get that going. I'm really excited because it's really adorable. Thank you both so very much.
You're welcome.
And I think that, oh, I have it here. Did I show? I don't think I did. Did I show the project bag that Erin gave me
We
for my
talked about
birthday?
it.
There it is. It's right here. I have my Midnight Way stuff in it.
The cat.
Lovely.
Cats are
From
so
the 805 Stitcher at the end.
Go attack
I think
whatever's trying to get in the house.
Right?
Go.
That cat needs to earn
your
its keep.
Oh, attack.
Mhm.
Erin, what did you buy or get this week?
You guys got those fun, my drop-offs. So I'm gonna just show a close-up of that gauge. I don't remember if you just showed a close-up or not, but I just think that it's so cool. And I think JODI's husband taking it out.
So I pull this gauge out, right? And you have to like peel the back off of it so that it's transparent. So I'm standing at the trash can and I'm like picking at it to like pull it off because it's one of those like films, right? And he's like, "What are you doing?" So I get like all excited and I start telling him about it. And he's like, "That thing doesn't work. Like, that's stupid." And I was like, "What do you mean? Like, of course it works." So I grab a piece of fabric that I literally, like, I honestly had no idea what count it was. I knew it wasn't 14. And I'm like, "Here, see what count this fabric is." So he's like holding it up and he's looking and he goes, "Holy shit, like they all line up." I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's how it's supposed to work." And he goes, "We got an 18 count here, folks." So he went from like, "That thing's stupid" to like true believer within 5 seconds.
That's so, I just feel like we all get together and we're like, I don't know, it might be 14, it might be 16. So I'm like, now we can know.
Now we can know. It's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, put it in my box.
Well,
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Brooke
It's
then
all-
sent me a picture. Apparently they sell this at, it's upside down, but they sell this at Joanne Fabrics. And she's like, I've had this the whole time I've been stitching. And I'm like, I didn't know that existed. The yarn tree
Yeah,
thing. So
Brooke.
it's the same thing. It tells you that. So thanks, Brooke, for that little heads up.
A little tip.
Yeah.
She also has a new fall gnome pattern coming out, and I'm dying to see it. So hopefully we'll find that out soon.
Yeah.
This is my fabric of the month. Again, light purple, like a super, super faint light purple. Wait till you see Kristen's.
I'll just show you
And
now
then,
all I have.
yeah. Look at the difference.
Holy. That's
Now,
crazy.
Erin, yours is solid. Kristen, yours is modeled.
Yes, but it's mine is called Lotus. Was that what yours was called?
Yep.
Yeah. So hold
What
on.
They're the
is the
same
difference in
fabric. I think
fabric?
it's the Jobelin. I think it's the Jobelin.
And mine is just a 40 count linen.
That's what I've been told by a couple of people, that there's something about the linen. Everything dyes better on the linen. And it's going to come out more striking on the linen.
Listen, that's a lie. I've dyed different, like I've dyed shitty Aida and I've dyed 100% cotton Aida and I've dyed linen and I've dyed all kinds of stuff, and it all holds color different.
Yeah.
It's
So
very
weird.
interesting. Mm-hmm.
Well, I love it. I'm happy with it, but I'm also drooling over Kristen's color. It's very pretty. And she offered me some, but I'm not stitching 40. I mean, I just won't enjoy it.
Yeah, 40s.
I don't like stitching little. I just don't. I like my big 14 fat X's. Yep.
I thought about doing these patterns.
Oh,
Oh, cute. They'll be tiny, but yeah.
But I don't know how the winter cocoa would look on purple. Like I want to do the same color for all, 4 of them eventually. But I don't think the winter one will look great on purple. So I'll find a use for it. Don't worry.
So my last thing was my mom texted me after, what was that, 2 videos ago? And was like, I really like Kristen's mouse. I'm like, well, I didn't stitch it. You can't just request somebody else's pattern. She's like, but I like it. I'm like, well, I'll find something with coffee and stitch it for you. And I told this to Kristen because my mom loved it. And Kristen was like, oh, you can just have it, which is so incredibly nice. So I got that from Kristen and I'm going to give it to my mom. She doesn't know yet.
Oh, that's
So
so
she'll be
cute.
so happy.
It was so
cute.
It's so
My
fun.
mom's a huge coffee drinker. So
Listen, better use in your mom's hands than in Kristen's finished box.
Which is back here.
I saved you, mouse.
Yeah. you gave that mouse new purpose. Purpose.
Well, thank you. That's incredibly kind to do for my mom. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime. And it was a
Now,
very
she watches this episode. She just was at my house when we filmed that episode. So I think she felt obligated to watch.
Oh.
We'll see, Mom. Here's the test.
Yeah, see if she likes it. Yeah, see if she watches. Well, no, I'm glad that she'll give a purpose to my little mouse.
Thank you. So sweet.
Yeah. Jodi, what did you get or buy this week?
Just my stitchy package from Erin, so thank you. And I bought that tree pattern, but I can't pull it up because my phone is keeping light on me right now. So
And I will.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. And that's it. That's all I bought.
I have to say though, your light does look nice.
Look, I'm sitting in the smack in the middle of a room with like a bookshelf in front of me. So whatever, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I did spend an hour and 5 minutes solo in Hobby Lobby this week, and mostly purchased. We needed some picture frames for the house. I got Kristen some floss, but it was mostly getting stuff for some stuff that we wanted to put in our laundry room. And so I bought a bunch of frames. I did also buy my FFO item for this love, but I don't want to show it yet. So
you gotta wait.
Ooh, nice. I'm excited.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm more excited to finish it so I can FFO it than just have it finished.
Yeah. Listen, I will gladly, if people have ideas for how to finish projects that I have, send them my way. Because like all I can think of is like putting them in a frame or making a pillow, which I'm not making the pillow. I'm going to send it to Terry down at the old needle shop and I'm going to have her do it, or I'm going to send it to Erica.
And poor Erica is going to be stitching all these pillows.
Up with the damn pillows, but yeah. So no, Jodi.
Hey, I just remembered though, have we mentioned we did another video for Caterpillar that dropped last week? I think we forgot to say something about it. But if you have a chance, check it out. It is Kristen and I talking about stitching on linens. And
it's a great video. I'm not a linen stitcher, as you know, but I feel like I could be after watching
anybody
it.
Could be.
Because I think especially the little like dots thing, I was like, oh,
that was brilliant. Kristen came up with that. That was so good.
Smart. And I really liked how you filmed the way you did it, so I could like watch you guys stitch it that way. It was cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
it's the pin stitch.
Yeah, the pin stitch. We might have to do just like a separate video on how we do the pin stitch or how I do the pin stitch, because I think it's a little bit different than other people do, but it works for me. So I just, especially with how I stitch sometimes with one thread, if I'm stitching on 40 count, you obviously can't do a loop stitch, and I am not a knot person. I will not make a knot in the back of my fabric. So, because I like it to lay nice and flat. But anyway, yeah, we can do that. I can show you that.
So I was at Kristen's house when they were filming that, and I was working. So I was up in the attic working, and they're downstairs trying to film this video, which is very important to all of us. And I'm on the phone with a customer, and like when I'm on the phone, I am not quiet. Like I get all out when I'm on the phone. And I get off the phone, and all I hear from like 2 stories down is, "Shut the fuck up."
I was like, why are you so loud?
I'm like, oh God, I think I just completely ruined their video.
Erin and I are like laughing because the whole time we're trying to film, I'm like, you can hear Jodi in the background, can't you? And she's like, yeah, you can. And Jason's like working in the office on the second floor. He's like, I felt like JODI was like in the office with me, like screaming in my ear. I was like, I know, talk so loud. So we got it done. We got it
The
done.
hard thing is you do like a million takes of it too. So it's like when you finally get in a groove, it's like, ah.
Sorry. Love you.
Check that out on Caterpillar's channel and give us some love over there. We appreciate it. So let's talk about, the only thing that I got this week or purchased was my Be Stitch Me fabric, which I already showed. So, Erin, Erica, what are your plans for this coming week? Do you have any plans?
I don't know. I like that I'm keeping up with Midnight Way right now. I've been lightly stitching while we've been working, and I kind of want to keep going on it, but there are so many other things. I really, really need to start the Stitch Goddess from the Tiny Modernist
Oh,
because
it's the best.
it's beautiful, like ridiculously nice, except the pattern, like I printed it out because I like to have a paper pattern, not a PDF person generally. It is so tiny that I was like, oh, this is really hard to see. So I sent a message to Catherine over at Paper Crane because she's also working on this. And I'm like, hey, how's this going for you? Because this is so little. And she was like, oh man, yeah, I had the same problem. She is using Pattern Keeper for this one. So I downloaded that and I'm going to try it out. We'll see how that goes. But
I was going to
it's
say, I
such a
think she's
beautiful.
a PDF stitcher.
She said that I want to say she was having the same issue, that it was really tiny. So she had to like figure something out. So I'm going to try that. It's a beautiful pattern. I'm super pumped about it. So I need to like try it. I want to start it soon. We'll see.
Yeah. I heard Pattern Keeper's awesome. I can't use it because I only have Apple products, but if you have like a Kindle device or an Android device, you can download Pattern Keeper. But I heard it's awesome, especially if you're doing like a HAID, because you can select a symbol and then it'll highlight all of those symbols. So if you're a cross-country stitcher and like you want to do like a giant swatch of of area, you can like kind of like go all over, but it gives you where those symbols are. So I mean, we talked about it last video too, like if you use books or I use Goodreader, it's good enough like for using a PDF that you can zoom in, you can highlight, you can do all those things. But Pattern Keeper, if you have an Android or like a Kindle device, is the way to go. So that's cool. I can't wait to hear how you like it, because I might just have to seriously through you since I don't have an Android product. So.
I'll report back.
Thank you. Erin, what are your plans for this week?
So like I said, I'll be lesson planning some preschool. I want to get at least 3 weeks done so I can just not think about it and just start this homeschooling experiment. But I do want to finish the home, the Ohio. And then you know what I pulled out was my Tiny Modernist, that mansion.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm feeling very fall and I want Halloween. So I thought that would be a good one to maybe tackle one more room on that. That's going to be like a multi-year project. It's gigantic.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would get you in the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Aria already today was like, let's on Halloween, let's make cupcakes and like, let's paint cookies and like going, I'm like, we've got so many things. We have 2 birthdays to get through. We got stuff to do.
We'll get to it. JODI, what are your plans for this week?
I'm gonna try to finish my O this week, which is daunting, but it's my goal. And I'm gonna start something on one of these pieces of fabric because I cannot stop. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what it looks like. Yeah.
I am going to be trying to finish my coffee first, but in conjunction with that, in September, it is Sampler September. So if you want another crazy month of focusing on something, then there's a lot of people that are doing this. There's nothing formal, obviously. But I thought it would be good to have that going in addition to my coffee first to try to get some more progress made. But I have a lot of samplers, so I narrowed it down to 5. So I'm going to show them really quick. And then if you want to comment and let us know which, like let me know which one you would like to see me stitch, like that would be awesome. And I would really appreciate it. And then whatever the consensus is the one that I'll start on September 1st. So the first one is the Modern Folk Embroidery sampler.
So gorgeous.
I'm very
That's my
behind.
vote.
That's my vote too.
I'm very behind on this one, but I love it so much.
Call it a day. That's it.
Well, I don't know. There's a couple more that you might be interested in. So I could definitely.
You were doing so well with that. You were like on track.
And I just fell off the wagon, but they're on month 8, obviously. So month 8 already came out for August, and September will be coming out on September 1st. So I won't get caught up, but it would be nice to get a little bit more progress on this one. But if not, I also have, and I don't have a picture of the pattern because it's a PDF.
Yeah.
My quilted bees.
I
Um,
feel like we haven't seen that guy in a while.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. That's a good one.
come out to play in a long time. So
I bought that pattern, I kitted it up, and I said, fuck this.
yeah. The other one is Pet All Dogs. And this
I
one was
forgot about that
to
one.
do the dogs on this side and then the kitties on this side, and said, pet all the animals. But here's how far I am on it.
Giant piece of linen.
So it's on a 40 count Marlowe linen. So I don't have a ton of progress on this one, but I love it. And I would like to someday complete this one. The next one is, you've seen this a couple times already, even this year, is the Antique Bird Sampler. I hate the picture because it just does not do the pattern justice when you see it. But I have
Yeah.
fun. So that's another one.
The pattern is much more beautiful than the picture.
Yeah, for sure. Like this picture is garbage. Like, look at
Kristen is going to keep the easel up.
I appreciate your commitment to the easel.
but I'm not taking it down. So then there's that one. And then, of course, my trusty dog.
Oh yeah, you're so
Oh,
close
yeah.
on that one.
That might be my second vote. Nah,
Yeah.
that might be my first vote.
So
That's tough, Kristen. I am not a sampler fan, but I do like that first and last one.
So maybe, but like, look at this blanket that this is on.
I mean, it is a blanket. And I really want to see it finished and see how you finish it. I think that's my main reason.
Oh, definitely have to frame this one. I mean, this one's definitely going to be framed and hung in my living room. Because it's the family sampler. It's going to have Jason and I's initials on it, and like my kids' initials, and I'll put Atticus and Grover. Like, I want to incorporate them on here. So this is very special. This is very special. But also, of course, my dog's declaration, because I have dogs and I love them dearly. So I don't know. I want to hear back from you guys. And of course, I'll take the girls, their choices into consideration.
She doesn't care what we say.
Chopped
I do.
liver.
I do. So that starts September 1st. So again, if you want to join, pull out some old samplers that you haven't worked on in a while. And even if you want to work on all of them, put them in a Tiny Decisions wheel. Do the Tiny Decisions app on your phone. And let the wheel choose for you. So, but anyway, all right. So we had a winner last week of the turtle, and I did not pick a winner. So
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So
Is that cool?
yeah.
All right. It is
Save
for this
your
little
ass.
guy. It's I'm gonna butcher the last name, and I'm so sorry, but Pat Matejczak, maybe
Yay, Pat.
Matejczek. I mean, it's a Polish last name, right? You'd think I would be better at it.
Yay,
I think
Pat.
that's it.
Woo!
Pat, you rock.
Congrats.
Pat likes bunnies. Pat had pet bunnies that he or she also likes to kiss, and has turtles.
Oh, perfect.
So I was like, that's perfect. I like Pat.
Oh, yay, Pat. Congratulations.
There
So
we
we'll
go.
get that sent out to you. So, all right. I think that ties up all of the nonsense from this week. I think I've got like I've piles of stuff just literally like everywhere.
Those
I agree.
samplers, man.
I know. I'm excited.
This is
So-
the first one that I am very confident that I'm like, nope, I'm not touching samplers.
I have a lot of
Listen,
samplers.
you have at it.
I have a lot of samplers, and the thing is like I like I said, I mean, I have my whip pile down here, and there's probably 6 or 7 more. So I know that's not a lot in comparison to what other people have, but I love samplers. They're just it's a lot of time and a lot of effort because there's not a lot of small ones. So, but once they're done, I can't stop staring at them. I just think they're so beautiful. So I'll get around to it. But I have some good choices, so I'm excited to see what's.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we love you guys. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Again, we never make any promises, but hopefully we'll be back next week. And please, again, if you have a chance to go to Caterpillar and watch the latest video, we would appreciate it. And any thumbs up and good comments that you can give, we would appreciate it. And of course, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below in the comments or email us at steelcitystitchers@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Send us a DM. We watch that shit all day long. So we'll get for sure.
Oh my God, we hit 1,000 followers.
Oh, I
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
I forgot to talk about that.
that is really exciting. Yeah,
Maybe
we are.
we should put together a big giveaway for next week for a thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we could
We'll
definitely.
do like a grab bag, like a miscellaneous.
Well,
bag.
because Jody, you know what the people want? They want some Jody fabric.
I'll make some fabric.
Mhm.
I'll bleach some fabric.
So next week will be a big giveaway. So please make sure to tune in for our next video. So we'll do 1,000 Instagram subscriber giveaway. So thank you guys again for your support. It's crazy to see where we're
We
at.
didn't even, as a group, know that we were that close until Sally from Caterpillar
Yeah.
pointed it out. None of us knew we were even like in the ballpark of 1,000.
Which was so cool because she's amazing and she's been such a huge supporter of
So
us.
nice.
So we love her. And if you don't follow her, please make sure you do because she has really good content on her channel. So, but anyway, we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.